Right, I've been thinking recently, Jasper, about the gullibility of some people in relation to the New Age, and I've seen a lot of these oils for sale, angel oils and various sprays. But I just wondered what you thought about the way people are happily handing over wads of cash to buy these sort of slightly dubious products, and what you think about that.
Yeah, I suppose we could say there's a lot of it about. Again, I'll say that about everything that's in the New Age. I think we've probably run away with an idea that could potentially have been a very interesting and helpful idea. I think there's no doubt that if we're talking about the actual senses that we use, i.e. if we're able to use potions or, as you say, sprays, things with herbs, and some of these things that we can have that calls upon our senses, either smelling something, tasting something, looking at something or listening to something, anything we can use that helps our senses, I think is good. So therefore I do think that potentially we perhaps stumbled upon a good idea that we might have used today in our mad, hectic, senseless, if you like, world, and we could have made that into something that could maybe reunite us with our senses in terms of reconnecting us to the natural world. Where people, I think, stretch it a bit too far is they try to feed everything into that. So if they have a problem of any kind, I think they think that that will solve their problem. And when they're charging lots of money for these things that you can use for the senses sprays or whatever it may be, I think it's just lost it. It's just lost it. We've lost a good idea. It's not that we shouldn't do it, but I think we've just lost out on what could have been a good idea. If you walk through a garden and you have something like rosemary growing and you touch it and you smell it, it sometimes has such a lovely smell. And if you maybe have some rosemary oil, it has a lovely smell. We don't have to run with that and think that we're going to contact all sorts of spirits and all sorts of angels and all sorts of beings that we feel might reunite us with something we haven't got or give us some kind of healing. I don't think that works because we're running with it. If you run with anything, nature isn't going to run with you. She's going to hold back and sort of maybe wave as you're running by and watching you go. We've got to rethink this stuff. We've got to rethink everything we're feeding into this. I know there are a lot of people who are keen on partaking of this sort of thing at this moment in time because they're so in need of healing and something that's going to give them relief from pain, whether it's physical pain or inner pain, and also connect them with that, shall we say, higher force, whatever it may be. If you want to go with angels, believe in angels, then that's fine, but don't run with it. Don't run with anything. Just keep it mild, just keep it moderate, and keep your sense of perspective. Keep it so that you can find relief in a grounded way, and so that you're not involving other people in what you feel is a great thing to do. We've all got to find what the thing is that we need to do, and that doesn't always involve running hell for leather with something and all doing the same thing. Some people like to walk in a wood, you get all the scents and the smells there. Some people like to, well, yeah, in contrast, I was just thinking, walking in a wood and getting them smells, some people might just like to watch television or do something that's seemingly mundane. Some people might like to listen to music. Some people might like to walk out when the sun's shining, walk by the sea, or listen to rivers running. There's all sorts of ways you can satisfy your senses, and through that you can contact a higher force, in the sense that you can be open to receiving answers to questions that you might be asking. You might not know what to do about a situation. You put yourself in a situation where you are subjecting your senses to something you enjoy, and then something can come back to you. I don't know if a lot of these people actually get a sense of fulfillment and enjoyment out of this, an emotional enjoyment. I think it's a sense of denial that is operating when people run with something and they stretch it too far, and then they think that they have angels talking to them, and maybe that isn't actually happening. I think we've just got to stop going far too far with these things and give ourselves the benefit of the doubt with understanding our emotions more. So yeah, that is something I think, and we're all getting very gullible. We're all becoming very gullible because somebody says that they like doing something and it works for them. It doesn't mean to say it's going to work for all of us. Gullibility is a great big problem we've got these days. So yeah, I hope that answers a little bit of your question, and I hope people can think about this. So I think we all need to. It's very, very important at this moment in time.